Hello, hello. I am live. With a crap picture, I know. So I need a new webcam. Who's going to buy me one? I'll give you my address. No, I'm shortly going on holiday to Norfolk. And when I come back, I'll think about a new webcam. And although I'm not a chocolate fan, I do like chocolate digestives. Where shall I put them? Away from me, otherwise I won't be able to leave them alone. So, is anyone going to join me? Or is this just going to be me? I think Sam in Pennsylvania, in the USA, is working. And he'll come on later. I can end this stream anytime I want. There's no point in me talking. I may as well just sit here, eat the rest of my biscuit, and light up a fag. A cigarette. See if anybody comes on. Mm-hmm. Oh, Ian Watson. Hello. I forgot about you. I think you said you originate from Carlton. You went to Carlton Le Willows, didn't you? I think that's what he said. The memory fails me a bit. I assume you can hear me. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Someone seemed to think you were friendly with somebody on my friends list. Was it Holly? Holly somebody. Or what's the name? My granddaughter Sherry. Sherry Woodcock. No, no friends of mine. Yeah, Courtney Willers. No, well, I think it's opposite the fire station. That were pulled down. I think my brother John went there because it's very old. Well, I mean, it's just say a long time ago. Because John, I'm very fucking old. At 80, John's a bit younger than me. But he went to Courtney Willers. Oh, yeah, Lou. I was thinking of Lou. Friend Sherry, we call her Shez. One of her friends, Lou. And oh yeah, you found me months ago from that Stoke Bordeaux video. Yeah, the EMF meter, and I don't know what I've done with it, I wonder if I left it in that car. I bought that. Was that the one where I had Paul, a neighbour, with me? And they were feeding bread to the swans. They got none left. I said to him, give him a fag, a cigarette. And he took one out of his pack and threw it on the grass. He says, no, I'm joking, you idiot. But he has got learning difficulties. If I told him to jump in the Trent, if I told him to jump in the Trent, he probably would. Yeah, sad. I mustn't slag him off, no. Why did I have the EMF meter, Ian? Yeah, well, I'm very much into ghosts. I mean, I've seen them twice in my long life. A figure appeared in front of me, stared at me, eye-to-eye contact, when I was a kid, and then he just 1 minute there, and then he just faded away. And of course, I screamed, and our mother came up the stairs, and I said, "I've just seen a man in the corner of the room." She said, "Don't be silly. There's no one else in the house." I fucking saw him, and I'm going back over 75 years. I can see him now. Middle age, thick hair, combed back, wearing horn-rimmed spectacles, looked gaunt, and stared at me, eye-to-eye contact. And then I've been through all this before with people. When I served in the RAF out at Cyprus early that morning, this figure, not a solid figure, it was a young man wearing an FSU vest and underpants, and he walked from the door across the room, and I watched him, and he went straight through the wall. And I went as stiff as a plank. My hair stood on end. I got out of bed shaking and put the light on. And the other two airmen in the room woke him up. I said, "I've just seen a ghost walk through the wall." He said, "No, you're having a nightmare. Turn the light off and go back to bed." It fucking terrified me. I couldn't sleep for 2 nights after that. I kept looking at the door, thinking, am I going to see him or it again? My biscuits are repeating. And I did find out that just before I got to Cyprus, a number of young airmen had been killed in the beds by EOKA terrorists, because I'm going back to 1960 now, and a number of young airmen have been knifed by EOKA terrorists. So possibly what I found out, what I saw was the spirit of a young airman who had been killed by EOKA terrorists. And he just passed straight through the wall as though it wasn't there. And I did find out that we used to have these little dogs. We called ours Chunky Dog. And the other rooms in the other billets, they had a dog. And in one of them, the little dog was asleep on beds. It just let out a yelp, and all his hair stood on end. It jumped out the oak window, and they never saw it again. So, but the trouble is, talking about ghosts and spirits, people say, "Don't believe it, I've never seen one." They doubt what you say, or they say you're either drunk or you're a bit dippy. What's the other one in the Carlton area? Eh? Yeah. 83 Foxhill Road. We were brought up as kids. Now, as you go up Foxhill Road on the left, there used to be, because I'm going way, way back, uh, when I was a kid. And I'm 80 now, so I'm going back to the early 40s. And it was 83 Foxhill Road, a long row of 8 houses, nicknamed Bug Row. And I was bouncing up and down on mum and dad's bed with one of my brothers, Joe, and there in the corner of the room, I saw him staring at me. And of course, I went, ah! And mother downstairs talking to somebody at the door. She came up the stairs. As I say, I said, I just see the man in the corner of the room looking at me. She says, don't be silly, there's no one else in the house. Fucking saw it. When you see something like that, it sticks in your mind. I mean, nightmares or bad dreams, you can tend to forget. But when you see something like that, and it's stuck in my mind for the rest of my life, and I'm now 80. Yeah, fucking 80, eh? God, I feel ancient. And I've got a bit of a bad chest. These fags aren't doing me much good. So what do? Pack it in. But if I do, I pile weight on. I said to the doctor, he said, still smoking, Mr. Dale? I said, yeah. How many? I said, a few. How many? I said, not a lot. How many? I said, about 20 a day. He said, well, I've told you. I said, I've told you. I'm a pensioner. I don't have much of a social life, and I enjoy a smoke. I'm not packing it in, not for you or anybody else. He said, well, if you don't, you'll have to get us don't care. Tell me I'm going to die next year. Fair enough. I'm a spiritualist. I believe in life after death. He says, well, I better give up with you then, so we don't mention it anymore. Yeah, what does it matter at my age? And I do enjoy smoke. And I want a cup of tea, but it means I've got my cup here. It means moving away from the camera. Well, I don't look as though anybody else is going to join us, Ian. So I've always been into the paranormal. I've had experience with poltergeists. Very weird, but that's a story in itself. A rather long story. I don't want to go into it. And Andrew and I, my son, we lived in a caravan at Calverton, haunted to hell. I contacted a medium, and he said it was a power source. He said get 4 pieces of gypsum rock and put them in each corner of the caravan, and it would divert the energy source. Yeah. Anyway, you gone quiet. I played off. Are you still there? What? Oh, I'm sat here talking to myself. I don't know. Oh, you're there. Calverton. Yeah. Moor Farm Park, Caravan Park at Calverton. As you're going out to Calverton towards the Ollerton Road. And in the end, Andrew was sceptical about that kind of thing, but something happened to him, and he said, I might have to change my views on that kind of thing, Dad, after what I saw today. And in the end, that bad that Andrew and I moved out. Yeah, they gave us a chalet further on down, because that was a caravan. They gave us a chalet further on down. But look, there's nobody else with us. Where is everybody? Because I'm wearing these glasses and they do tend to reflect. But if I take them off, I can't see a bloody thing. I'm as blind as a bat without my glasses. And Calverton is very haunted. There's a hill. As you go out of Calverton the other way, heading north, you turn left up this hill trees covering it. It takes you up on the top of Mapley Plains. Oh yeah, you're talking about it. Isn't there a steep hill in Calvert which goes up towards Mapley? Yeah. That's right. Oh, I didn't see that. I just started talking about it. Yeah, and apparently Pakistani and Indian taxi drivers won't go down there after midnight. Because apparently so far down or so far up, white lady appears in the back of the taxis, cars. So we went to see a film one night, me, Andrew, my son, and Richie, Andrew's stepbrother. And Richie weren't my son. He's not my son, no. But anyway, and Richie sat in the back, and I went down the hill around about after 2 o'clock in the morning, and Richie said he's shitting himself. I said, when I went down around the twisting bends, and he was terrified. And he said later, if something had appeared at the side of him, it'd scream blue murder. I said, you big Nelly. And Calverton has got a history of paranormal happenings. Yeah. And I lived there before I had my heart trouble. That ended my 40-year truck driving career. So how did you know about that, Ian? Oh, you've heard about that as well. Really? Both thinking the same thing. You heard about it? This is about 30 years ago. Really? Steep hill, good for bikes. Yeah. From the top, you go along, then you go down, and then the trees are covering the road. And even on a hot, fine summer's day, it gets rather dark, and there have been accidents down there. I don't know about people being killed, but there has been accidents down that hill. So, probably I need a cup of tea. I'm sorry, I'm going to move away, Ian, for a minute. Put the kettle on, quick. Because I'm using Twinings tea. And Twinings is a good tea. I was using Yorkshire tea, but the fucking tea bags kept stinking. Nothing's really in state. Blue eyes look my way. Right, the kettle's on. Let me put these chocolate biscuits back in the fridge. I'll never stop munching them again. Hello, Joey. Hiding behind your mirror, are you? That's my bird, Joey. You poor little bastard. Hey? He'll start to talk one day, and God knows what lambs you'll come out with. What are you? Peeping from behind the mirror, look. You poor little bastard, aren't you? Hey? Oi! You mind hissing at me? Come out from behind that mirror. Yeah, Daddy needs a cup of tea. I did have a budgie, But I said to Andrew, I've always wanted a cockatiel. And he bought this one from a pet shop in Stoke-on-Trent where he lives with his partner Eileen. I said, what's Eileen's surname? Is it Dover? Think about it. Eileen, Dover, say it quick. I leaned over. But no, it's not Dover. Where is everybody? For God's sake. Look at me lighting another fag up. I've never got quite a few in there. Yeah, the kettle will be boiling in a minute. Jokes. Lad at school, teacher said, I want you to make up a poem that ends in Timbuktu. He said, I've got one. She says, does it end in Timbuktu? He says, oh yeah. She says, what is it? He says, Tim and me went down to Kent, met 3 ladies in a tent. There wasn't very much to do, so I booked one and Tim booked 2. Yeah, kettle's boiling. You know where that joke came from? Jethro, the Cornish comedian, always pissed up. Come on, kettle. That's while I'm in here, somebody else might come online. Blue eyes look my way. Today, a happy day. Blue eyes look at me. Oh, liking what you see. Hope you're liking what you see. What's it taste like? Let's have a look. Spot sugar. That's it. Has anybody else joined us? No. Fuck's sake. Joey, whistle better than your kettle. I ain't got a whistling kettle. Electric. When I get back, I'm getting my new webcam after I come back from Norfolk. Yeah, what was I going to say? I was going to say something there before you asked that question. But I forgot. Oh yeah, Ian, I've got the impression that you're a young bloke, but you're not, are you? Somehow I seem to think you're in your 20s. I don't know why I think that, but I don't think you are actually, are you? Are you middle-aged, elderly? 45, huh? Oh no. Well, you're 45, are you? That means, Ian, you've lived half your life, because most people will live to an average age of 90 now with modern healthcare. So at 45, you've lived half your life. So from now on, everything is downhill all the way to the coffin. You've had the best part of your life. You know, what you got waiting for you? Arthritis, hip joints. Hip joints need replacing, knee joints. Weak heart. But your wife says you're 44. Loose count, yeah. Well, I do know I'm 80, you know, because I was a bit of a milestone. And we had the little do at my daughter's for my 80th birthday. I've got a photo on my Facebook page of Andrew with his arm around me, my daughter at the back. She knows her place, you know. She often says, you and your precious Andrew. I said, look, Anne, I think as much of you as I do of Andrew, but Andrew and I have always been so very close. Anne has got more, her feet's planted firmly on the ground. She met Brummy, Dave, the Birmingham lad, and she had three kids with him, and they're breeding like fucking rabbits. And I'm losing count of how many great grandchildren I've got. Yeah. Who's the next one that's there'll be more on the way. But that's how life continues, isn't it? People, couples having sex, giving birth to children in this troubled world. Yeah, poor Rebecca in Florida, my long-term friend in Florida. At the moment, her and her husband are battening down the hatches for, what's the name of that hurricane that's approaching? Is it Dorian? It was going to miss them. They live at Orlando, and it was going to miss them, but it's changed direction. And she said it's terrifying. One of these very powerful hurricanes. They had one some time ago. They live on an estate, and they've got electric fences all around and cameras, and notices up, trespassers will be shot. And she knows how to use a gun as well, because America, the gun capital of the world. And at the moment, her and Eric, her husband, they're waiting for the Hurricane Dorian. I think it's called Dorian, and it's due to hit them. And it was going to miss, but she sent me. I contact her every day on WhatsApp, you know, on my iPhone, and I've got to pray for her. Yeah. So I don't know because anybody else is going to join us. No. And I did announce on Facebook that I'm going live on YouTube at 8:15. Oh well, these are fucking souls. Excuse my language. Well, you know, I'm an ex-lorry driver, ex-trucker, and I mixed with a rough crowd. The 40 years I drove trucks. I mean, lorry drivers, when they're annoyed, they don't stamp their foot and say, "Oh, fiddlesticks, I'm so annoyed." They say, "Fucking hell," don't they? Which is true. And also, I'm talking to myself. No one's responding to me. People that use bad language are not necessarily bad people. No, it's just an expression of speech. Bad languages. No, Ian looks like Ian's gone to bed. So I'll close this live stream in a minute. I might as well. Probably go live again later on tonight. Oh, you there? You're listening? Yeah. Well, can't you respond to anything that I'm saying? You know, or am I boring you? I'm boring them, Joey. Yeah, they've got nothing to say to me. Leaving all the talking to me. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, all right then, Ian. All the best, mate. Catch you again sometime. You can't type fast, no, I don't. I type with one finger. And my IT consultant's son comes along, says, "Get out the fucking way," and his fingers fly over the keys. Anyway, bye, Ian. Bye. Right. Might as well end the live stream, Joey. No one's online, so I've got nobody to wave to. I might as well just end it now, which I'm going to. Bye.